back to class, folks. After the unfortunate interruption in our in-person schedule, we will indeed be changing to Zoom meetings for the rest of semester, the officially licensed video conferencing platform of the university. Along with Zoom, I've also created a class Slack for live chat, and Piazza as our bulletin board.
Excuse me, Professor?
Wait, who's this in Zoom?
Data. Mountains of data from all our platform partners. Let me see. We have Chewbacca from Kashyyyk, and I see here Grand Moff Tarkin is accessing the class from a spleen transplant clinic. I'm sure my partners in advertising would like to sell him some more spleens.
Hi, all. Just dropping into your class to let you know that Professor Morgeth is terrible, University of Azeroth sucks, and none of you will ever amount to anything because you're all a bunch of
Oh no, what's going on? What's happened to my meeting? My class?
There's got to be a better way.
There's gotta be a better way.
There should be a better way. I know. I'll investigate.
Ooh, gathering more data? I love data.
I will do it ethically by surveying educators and administrators about their concerns and about their students' concerns.
Tell me what you found.
My team surveyed 49 US educators about their concerns with the privacy and security of the online platforms they use at their institutions. And here are some of the highlights.
I tried using the Privacy Badger extension to circumvent tracking on Blackboard, but it conflicted with the functionality of Blackboard.
I want recordings stored locally so I can edit out sensitive personal info.
I don't want to gain access to my students' private chats when saving Zoom calls.
Based on the survey results, we devised a threat model that describes the parties in play in an online classroom. Students, instructors, administrators, platforms, third parties,
and Zoom bombing. Indeed, educators are right to be concerned about Zoom bombers like me. It's such a shame there's nothing they can do about it.
Except my team also reviewed 129 state and federal laws and regulations regarding data privacy in EdTech, and also university policies, which do provide some limited protections. However, we also found significant gaps between the expectations of our stakeholders and the protections they actually receive. Notably, the laws largely place the burden of monitoring and compliance on the universities. On a more positive note, we observed instances of institutions using data protection agreements, or DPAs, to extend protection beyond the standard policies of a platform. We also manually coded the privacy policies of 23 different products and found lurking omissions and privacy risks, which we discuss in our full paper.
Lucky for me, I don't care about policies and agreements. I do what I want, which includes all manner of technical trickery.
Oh, don't be so sneaky, Zoom Bomber. We looked at that too. We downloaded and analyzed the binaries of several products for common techniques that they could use to protect their users. We also collated vulnerability reports for each of them to figure out patterns that could put educators and students at risk. We found a large uptick in reported vulnerabilities near the start of the pandemic as platforms were scrutinized.
Fine, but it's still a reject and resubmit.
I'll vote to accept, and I'm friends with the program chairs.
Ah, what wonderful news! I've got to tell my colleagues there are so many things we can do to...
Professor Morgeth, what will you work on next?
We've only just begun to explore the landscape of EdTech platforms. Future work will survey the expectation of students and other stakeholders in more detail, examine the regulations of other jurisdictions, such as the European Union, and describe the various governance models that educational institutions use to procure educational technology. And we will figure out how well they serve the interests of all stakeholders. Well, with that, thank you very much, Data Broker. Thank you, thank you, Zoom Bomber, and class. I will see you next week.